If you ever find yourself on this border of tension, that same border all the kids being interned still today. If you ever find yourself on Easter morning, particularly in southern New Mexico, to be specific, there are some deep friends of mine that for the last 15 years have performed worship. And the worship is called Border Eucharist on Easter Sunday. On Easter Sunday, what happens is there's a couple hundred American Christians that start heading south in New Mexico. And they start walking towards a predestined part of an area of this tension-filled border where there actually already is a wall, okay? Where there's a separating barrier. And they're marching south, 200 or 300 American Christians, and they're carrying with themselves loaves of bread. They all got loaves of bread, and they meet at the spot. And at the same time, Easter Sunday morning at sunrise, there's also 200 or 300 Mexican Christians who at the same exact time are marching north to the other side of this wall, and they're all carrying bottles of wine. And they meet each other at sunrise at a place where they cannot see one another because there is an artificial barrier separating humanity from humanity. Rich folks and poor folks, white folks and black folks. Humanity segregated, separated based upon all kinds of different walls of hostility that keep us separate from one another. And Easter Sunday erupts, and they begin to sing songs back and forth over this wall that is separating them from one another. And then at one point, an American pastor or priest stands up, and then he speaks out a Eucharistic prayer about the risen Jesus. And then the American Christians break their bread and begin to hurl the pieces of bread over the wall. And the Mexican Christians catch them, and they break bread together, and then they sing songs back and forth once again. And then at one point a Mexican priest stands up and he speaks out a Eucharistic prayer, and this part is much more dangerous and probably illegal, but they start throwing bottles of wine over the wall. And the American Christians catch them, and they pop the cork, and they celebrate the beauty of the risen Jesus together. And for a moment, even just for a moment, the wall of hostility comes crashing